How's it going, America? Justin Peacock here with Sports Talk Dads. This is our first week, and we're pretty excited to bring you these panelists here today from all around the country. We got Ronald in New York. We're talking stardom and sit-em, Lamar Miller and Kenyon Drake. I want to see what you're doing this week here, Ronald. What do you think? Justin, this is easier than you think. Think about it logically. Put the facts together. Kenyon Drake, he's from Georgia, red state. We all know they play harder in Georgia. Now, Lamar Miller, he is sadly from Miami, Florida. Who trusts anyone from Florida? Flip-floppers, garbage. Then you think to yourself, Houston, 0-3. Miami, 3-0. It just makes sense. Go with the hot offense. That's what I would say. Ronald, I think that's interesting that you're using the backgrounds of the players to figure out who's going to score more fantasy points. I don't think that's the normal thing to do, but nothing about you is normal. So let's throw it over to Chuck. Chuck, what would you do in the same situation if you had Lamar Miller and Kenyon Drake? Whoa there, Ronald. Now, I know that seems like an easy decision now, for a simpleton like yourself, but you want to go look at those boys from ESPN, and they're projecting Lamar Miller for 14 points, while they're projecting Kenyon Drake at 13.2. Now, I know you're no mathematician, but 14 is more than 13.2. Now, we could all agree on that. I know that's a fact. But let me give you some more nuggets there for your big old mouth there, Ronald. Indy is playing the Texans and Lamar Miller, okay? They're playing in Indy. Newsflash there, Houston. You're going to be playing from behind, okay? Lamar Miller is going to get some receptions at the end of that game in garbage time, and you're in a PPR league. So you might want to think twice about starting a boy, Kenyon Drake, that got 3 points last week. I dropped him on the waiver wire in my other league about 2 weeks ago. He's garbage, and they don't use him. So you might want to watch the games before you start saying that you know things there, Ronald, because I don't think you know much of anything. Interesting stuff there, Chuck. I would like to agree with you, though, on this subject. You look at the numbers this year, and I think Lamar is the safer bet. The proof is in the tapioca, boys. I would like to hear from Jesse as well and see what he thinks about this. Jesse, what do you think over there in San Francisco?
Well, thank you, Justin, for having me on. I really think that between the two guys, I would probably end up going with Matt Breida. Have you seen his cheekbones? I think he's gorgeous. And at the end of the day, you know what they say. If you look good, you feel good. And you feel good, you play good. And if you play good, you look good. And it's all about looking good, Matt Breida. And you're getting it done tenfold.
Jesse, while we love having you on, Matt Breida wasn't actually part of the question. So, while your opinion is valid, it didn't make any sense based on the question I asked. But let's keep this moving here. We're going to throw it up to Rocco in Chicago. Rocco, what do you think? Hey, Justin, thanks for having me on there. Not quite sure what your boy Jesse's doing. I'd probably have a different opinion if we want to talk about, just even having guys from San Francisco on your show. Not quite the people I hang out with, but to each their own, I guess. But I would tell you, I would go with Lamar Miller too. I don't quite think that Kenyon Drake's got it figured out. I don't think that the Dolphins quite figured out how to use Kenyon Drake. I think he's a good player, but I gotta go with the numbers. He's getting more carries there in Houston. And I kind of agree with Chuck. I think they're going to be coming from the bottom. I think they're going to be looking for some points at the end of the day, and check down routes, they still count as one. So I'm going to go with Lamar Miller if that's me. But I do think that Jesse should be removed from the panel. I'm very creeped out by that guy, and I don't know if I would continue to work with him.
Really? Rocco, you gonna come at me and saying like people from San Francisco? You know what? Who even asked you your opinion? Like, if you want my opinion, I think you should figure out what's going on with your eyebrows. It looks like some wild animal took a dusty shit right on your brow. But if I need to talk about Kenyon Drake and Lamar Miller, it comes down to the gluteus maximus. And Kenyon Drake has got a wonderful butt. I would agree with Ronald. Start Kenyon. And if I had the chance, I would maximize my time with Kenyon. I'll give you my digits if you want to give me a call there, Kenyon. You know.
Jesse, thanks for your opinion. And to be clear, the whole show was based off me asking everybody's opinion on the panel. So thanks for yours again. Very insightful as always. But I would like to hear one more time from Rocco and see what he has to say about all that. I'm going to be honest with you there, Justin. Jesse's freaking me out. I mean, he's talking about the gluteus maximus. I'm not quite sure. I don't think he's got his head in the same place that I put my head. But I'll tell you one thing. Let's stop talking about the running backs and let's talk about the Bears. Because you and I know the Fitz magic is just about run out. And you know what we got here in Chicago? We got the Mac magic. And you better watch out for the Mac magic. Rocco, thank you. And I would have to agree. Jesse's saying some weird shit. And I'm not quite sure that anyone really wants to hear that. But the network did ask for diversity. Not quite sure what they knew they were getting themselves into. Hopefully we'll be on next week after all of this mess. I really do like this job and I hope to be on next week. So, Sports Talk Dad signing out. We'll talk to you next week. Cross your fingers, guys. Thanks.